This is a tutorial for making content edits and changes to your WordPress website. The first step to begin is head over to your website .com, .net, .org or likewise and append the /wp-admin to its URL. That will take you to a login screen. For this tutorial I'm using my own server, so the WordPress URL looks quite different. However, the concept is the same as it is among all standard WordPress installations. Append wp-admin, you're taken to a login screen. Now at this point, if you don't know your username or password, before contacting your web developer or designer, head to the lost password page and you'll be able to enter in your email or username, which will send you a password reset link. Now once you've done that, head back and log in using your credentials, and you're presented with this it's called the dashboard, the WordPress dashboard. And if this is your first time here and you just want to make a quick edit, the easiest thing to do is just click over here. Now I middle clicked it so it opened a new tab, and head to the page that you want to make edits to. So I'll head to the sample page, and you'll see that there's an edit page at the top of it's called the admin bar. So there's an edit page up here. It doesn't move, it's always in the same place. And there also might be an edit button down here, or maybe by the title bar, depending on the theme you're with. But for the sake of the tutorial, we'll use the one on top. It's always in the same location. Simply click it and you'll be presented with something that looks like this. Now you can click this toggle toolbar button and you get quite a few more options. And you can switch between the visual editor, which is how your website will look approximately to your visitors, and the text editor, which uses HTML code to accomplish a number of things. If you've previously used Microsoft Word or any other Office suite, this should be very familiar and standard to you. I'll take a moment to go through the features. You can bold, you can italic, you can strike through the text, and you can underline it by using these buttons. Similarly, you can make bullet point lists or numbered lists by using these buttons. This right here is a block quote, and a block quote serves to highlight text to bring attention to it by using some sort of backdrop or styling. And this looks different across different sites. Other features are alignment, aligning the text left, center, or right. I've seen people try to do this by putting a bunch of spaces in front. This won't work because of differential in screen sizes and resolutions. It won't ever be the same. However, it will be if you use the align buttons. If you'd like to paste some text, for example, that you're getting from a different website or a different source that has a bunch of random formatting in it, you can use the paste this text feature, which will strip all the formatting from it. And if it's not enabled, just to demonstrate, you see that that the bold and the underline, it comes through. When it comes to increasing the size of your text, there's two solutions, and one of them is within the visual editor, and another one's a little bit more complicated, and I'll show both of those right now. So the first solution applies to things that will take up only one line of text, or multiple lines but one message, when everything needs to be bigger rather than just a part of the text. In this situation, you isolate the text, you highlight it, and using this drop down you select an appropriate heading size. Now heading 1 is already being used for sample page right here. We're going to do heading 2 to be the second consecutive size, and let's take a look at how that looks. You see it's just slightly smaller than this, and the headings, they also indicate importance of the message to search engines. When they look at the page, they use headings to determine what the page is about. When it comes to making just a piece of your text bigger, something like this, you're going to have to switch over to the text tab. This is where HTML work is done. Figure out what you want to make bigger, and then you would add this sort of this code right here, and it would be span style equals font size 300%. And then at the end of the text that you want bigger, you have to add a closing argument to the code. So as you can see, it makes this bigger, and if we preview, you'll be able to see that as well. And you can adjust the size of the of how much bigger the text will be by just changing this percentage right here. So that's how you make the text size bigger in WordPress. Alright, so next I'm going to demonstrate how to add pictures and how to create galleries within your WordPress pages and posts. Before I do that though, I want to give a warning about using large file sizes with WordPress. There's a number of reasons you don't want to, and number one is, people can't support huge resolution. Like, people who view your website, they won't ever see this full image because, for example, this is a resolution of 3000 by 2348, but this video on my monitor, they're only 1920 by 1080, so I can only see about that much of the picture at a 1:1 pixel ratio. Otherwise it gets scaled down and it loses quality. So you might as well compress and resize your photographs before sending them to WordPress. Another reason is WordPress, for small businesses at least, is usually hosted on a shared server, which means resources are shared between a number of websites. And if you start sending a whole bunch of large file size photographs for your website to resize, it's going to start taking an inordinate amount of the processor percentage, and you're going to get throttled. Your website is going to become slow and possibly go offline. So before you upload photos to WordPress, resize them. I like to use a program called Earphone View, and it's pretty simple with this. So here it's 7.44 megabytes, and here it's 631 kilobytes. It's a lot smaller. So now that all of these guys are sized, we can send them over to WordPress. And what you do is you go to WordPress, you make some room for the photographs where you want to insert them, and you do add media. Now at this point you can use your media library, which are images that are already on the site, or you can upload new images. Now I like to just drag and drop them, but you can click select files right here and navigate to them using an Explorer interface. But I like to just do this. So as you can see, it takes a few moments to process these, and if they were larger size it would take even longer. And I'm on a fast computer, whereas WordPress is usually hosted on a slower computer that has its processor divvied up between different sites. So that's why you want to use small file sizes. So now I have these guys uploaded, and what I can do is I can hit insert to page, but as you can see, it doesn't look very nice, and I made a mistake. I had my cursor right here instead of here, so it inserted it there. So we obviously don't want this, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and delete all of these guys, and we're going to create a gallery. Now galleries make things look a lot neater, and the way you create a gallery is you go back to add media, and we already have this stuff in our media library, so we'll go to create gallery, and once you're on create gallery, you can go ahead and just checkbox the pictures that you want to add, and you can click on the minus to remove ones you don't want. So once you've done that, this has created a gallery. You can add a caption, you can add a whole bunch, you can edit what the title is of it. But to keep it simple, we're just going to press insert gallery. As you can see, the look of the gallery is quite improved and much more streamlined than just inserting the pictures by themselves. This can be further improved by using a number of gallery enhancing plugins. The one I would recommend off top is Jetpack. It's made by the same guys who are in charge of WordPress, and it's quite simple to install, and I'll show that later. Now that I've demonstrated how to insert photographs and create galleries within WordPress pages, let's take a look at embedding videos from other websites. So WordPress.org already has a help page on this, and now that they've done some updates to it, it was quite different in the past, but it's really easy to embed videos now, as long as they're one of these services. So you can put images, videos, whatever. WordPress has support for these services built in, so all you have to do is grab the link, whatever link you want, and place it here. Control paste it. So what I did is I control pasted this. And now it's right on the page. Let's preview and see how that looks. Beautiful. So now that that's done, and now that we've used the preview changes button to make sure that everything's looking the way we want it to, it's time to make these changes go live by pressing the update button. So until I pressed the update button, these changes weren't live. The page was how it was before being edited. However, now we can click on view page, and again I'm using middle click to open a new tab up top. We can see that this page is live at its actual URL. Now that there's an understanding of how to do basic edits to content inside of these pages, let's take a look at how WordPress is structured. So as you may have noticed on the left, there's a menu that says pages and all pages. And in the beginning I showed you how to hit the edit page on top of the actual website itself to gain access to this editor. But there's another way. So you can head to pages. And you'll see all of your pages listed here. And from this menu you can simply hit edit, and it will take you right to that page to edit it. There's also posts, and unlike pages, which you may have noticed in the description here, pages are static. They don't move around. You set them once and you can leave them. There's no other attributes to them. Posts, on the other hand, are quite more dynamic. You can do a couple of things with them. When it comes to editing WordPress posts, it's done in the same exact manner as editing WordPress pages. There's just a few extra bells and whistles to set. So you can head over to the dashboard and head to all posts, or you can head to the post itself, the one you want to edit, by using the main navigation and just the website itself, and head to the edit post at the top. They're both going to work the same exact way. And now you see that once you're in here, it's the same exact interface as for editing pages, and everything I showed there applies here. The only difference is you can set a different format, you can categorize your post, and you can apply a tag to it. And you can also set a featured image, which is something I'm not going to get into in this tutorial. One more thing I'd like to demonstrate is how to edit your widgets and how to make changes to them. Now, widgets are things that exist inside of sidebars, and sidebars are things that exist on the website, independent of posts and pages. So, for example, this is the home page of this WordPress installation, and I'll head over and go to this post. And as you can see, even when I'm in the post, this sidebar with all these widgets inside of it exists. And even if I go to a page, this sidebar with these widgets is still there. So if you'd like to change any of these around, there's no page to do it on. You have to go to Appearance, Widgets. And once you're here, you see I have 3 widgets in here, and it's the calendar, the tag cloud, and the search. And here's the calendar, the tag cloud, and the search. And there's 2 ways to edit this. So the first way, and this is how WordPress used to be before recent updates, is you go to Appearance, Widgets, and you delete the widget you want. Now another way to do this is to head over to here and to go to Customize. And once you're in the customization state, you can go to Widgets, and you can use this. And it'll give you like an instant preview of how it would look. And once you hit save and publish, that's when the changes go live, and when you can see them here. So that's how you change your widgets around.